Hello guys, and welcome to my complete Shaco tutorial. In this video, I'll tell you everything you need to know about Shaco the Demon Jester. To start off, Shaco is a very high risk, high reward champion. He excels as an assassin, and he can take down single targets with his stealth. For Shaco's abilities, his passive is called Backstab. Shaco deals 20% bonus damage when striking a unit from behind. This can be very effective when the enemy is running away from you, as they'll always have their back turned. Shaco's Q ability is called Deceive. Shaco becomes invisible and teleports to target location. His next attack is guaranteed to critically strike. This is very good for escaping, chasing, and juking. I usually take 1 point in this early, and I max it last due to its very good qualities as a 1-point wonder skill. Shaco's W ability is called Jack in the Box. This is my favorite skill in the game, and the description is as follows. Shaco creates an animated Jack-in-the-Box at target location, which will wait, invisible, to fear nearby units and attack them when some come nearby. This allows Shaco to clear the jungle very fast in the early games. I max this after 2-shift poison. Shaco's E ability is called 2-shift poison. Shaco's shivs passively poison targets on hit, slowing them and applying a mischance to minions. He can throw his shivs to deal damage and poison the target. I use this in the jungle for a large ranged nuke and for the passive mischance to minions. Hallucinate. Shaco creates an illusion of himself near him, which can attack nearby enemies. Deals half damage to turrets. Upon death, it explodes, dealing damage to nearby enemies. It also deals 75% of Shaco's normal attack damage, and it also takes 50% increased damage. You can use this ability to trick the enemy and confuse them, and you can also use it to dodge projectiles, such as Karthus' ult. When you play Shaco, you should always play him as a jungler. This is because he has very strong ganking power, and his W ability, Jack in the Box, will allow you to clear camps very fast in the early game. My path starts with 1 Jack in the Box at the Wraith camp at 44 seconds. You need to make sure that you can run here fast enough to set up the Jack-in-the-Box before 44 seconds. Timing is crucial for Shaco because his boxes only last 60 seconds. They're recently nerfed from 60 seconds to 60 seconds from 90 seconds. After that, then you will place 3 boxes here. As you place the 3 boxes, then get your team to guard you around the choke points of your jungle. The worst nightmare of Shaco is being invaded. If you get invaded, then your early game is ruined. As you see, we have a Mumu here and LeBlanc guarding me. This keeps me very safe from enemy invades. Your 3rd box should go off at around 1 minute 33 seconds. After you set your 3rd box, run to Wraiths and kill just the blue one. The aggro may switch every once in a while, but you should be able to make it back in time. And you see this in this clip, I actually kill 1 little Wraith also. As you run back to red, set 1 last box right before red spawns. After it spawns, take down red. Make sure you save smite because you won't be needing it. The next skill you want to level up is 2-shift poison. As I said before, it will give you good survivability in the jungle. Right now, you can try to gank, or you can keep on jungling. As you see, mid lane is a little pushed, and bottom lane is at the middle, so I don't try to gank. That is why I take 2-shift poison at level 2 and not Deceive. So now you still have smite, and you'll set a box behind the blue golem. Take down the golem with smite and your Jack-in-the-Box, and you should lose 0 health. As you see here, I have not used a single health potion, and I'll be level 3 once I kill both of these. So now I'm level 3 with about, let me see, 600 health and ready to gank. From here, you can go top lane or bottom lane, or mid lane. I think I will go for mid lane here. Let's watch it. And the pros and cons of this path are it's very fast and it allows for very good ganks too. As you see, I instantly burn his flash, and he is probably forced to burn all his health potions or recall. Counterjungling is the act of stealing the enemy's buffs or neutral creep camps. By counterjungling, you'll set back the enemy in farm and gold and XP. Shaco is a very good counterjungler because he can clear camps very fast in the early game. You must get your team to help you out though, because if you get ambushed by the entire enemy team while counterjungling, it's a certain death situation. I get 4 of my teammates to help me while Ezreal goes bottom. I run an almost identical route to the one I run when not counterjungling. As you see in this game, I'll be jungling against a Nautilus, and most Nautiluses will start blue, so I go towards his red and start setting up boxes. Riven comes into check, and we take her out very quickly. But we did make a mistake, as Ezreal does not guard my red side. Since Riven dies, she knows that our entire team is here, so Nautilus's team will be going over to my red and taking it in turn. So this is a mistake we made, and it was mainly Ezreal's fault, but I did not tell him to do anything. So as you see here, we will take red very quickly, and we'll return to our lanes. So that's how you counter jungle with Shaco. Shaco's builds vary a lot. This is because he's a very diverse champion, and he's also very flexible. However, I always start with boots and 3 health potions because it allows me to rush to wraiths to set up that first box at 44 seconds, as I explained in the jungling path section. Cloth armor is also a viable build, but if you make any small mistake in buying your health potions or your cloth armor, or if you lag out at the beginning of the game for 10 seconds, then you'll not make it to the wraiths section in time, and it will slow down your jungle by a little bit. And that's why I take boots and 3 health potions. As for my core items, I usually take Wriggle's Lantern or 2 Doran's Blades, one or the other. Wriggle's Lantern gives me more lifesteal and sustain in the jungle, and it allows me just to be all around jungle clearing. It also allows me to do early dragons, whereas Doran's Blade does not give me the proc or lifesteal or much lifesteal, but it does give me a lot of health. So I will take the Doran's Blades if I'm being bullied very hard. Also, for my boots, I'll take boots of mobility whenever I am already fed from a couple kills at the beginning, as it allows me to gank more and snowball even more. However, if I'm not snowballing, I'll take Berserker Greaves. This is because it allows me to farm more with more attack speed, and I won't need the movement speed late game anyway, so I'm going to have to sell the boots of mobility to get more useful boots late game. I take Mercury Treads whenever the enemy team is heavy in CC. Useful items are included here, but not limited to the Infinity Edge. Infinity Edge, 50% extra crit damage will scale with your Q, Deceive, which will make it a really strong nuke. This will make you a bursty assassin that will take down carries extremely quickly. Trinity Force gives you tons of damage, and Trinity Force has a little bit of everything, such as the Zeal, Phage, and the Sheen. You have to keep in mind that Sheen does not affect your Deceive critical strike, but the attack following it, which makes it a little bit less useful. Phage gives you a little bit of survivability and a perma-slow, and also your Zeal will give you movement speed, attack speed, and critical strike. Phantom Dancer is a very good item for backdooring, as it gives you the same bonuses as Zeal, but enhanced. Frozen Mallet will give you a lot of survivability with the health that it gives, and it will also give you a stacking slow with your 2 Shiv Poison. And Yomu's Ghostblade, the active, is very good in sticking to enemy carries, and the armor penetration and the gold per 5 at the beginning of the game will help you if you're behind in gold or anything of the such. Banshee's Veil is good if you don't want to get blown up by enemy casters, and I usually take this as my 6th item in the game. Wit's End is good because it gives it scales with your ultimate, and so you'll get a double effect. This also applies to the Aegis of the Legion, the Madrid's Bloodraiser, allowing you to take down tanks, and the Black Cleaver, as they all have effects that scale with your ultimate. Guardian's Angel is good, and I usually take that as my 5th or 6th item along with Banshee's Veil. That sums up my item build section. Make sure that when you're playing Shaco, after you get your first blue buff, you give the rest of them to your mid laner. They need it a lot more than you. So just help them out with a smite, Jack in the Box, and a little bit of damage so they can finish it off. Make sure that when you're jungling, you place the Jack in the Box behind the minions so you get extra damage from backstab. Also, don't forget, after your Jack in the Box wears off, you can still get backstab bonuses. I'll show you how. As you see here, you can pace back and forth to gain maximum potential of your passive. Another tip is if you're being chased, then instead of deceiving forwards, you can deceive backwards and hide. The trick that I showed you last time is very common, so another thing you can do is deceive right in place. This will the enemy will think that you have run over the wall. In this next clip, I'll be showing you guys how to split push effectively and safely. So when you split push, you want to ward key locations with your Jack in the Boxes, giving you a sense of security. As you move up, you'll want to ward different locations, such as these choke points of activity. And another thing that you can also do with Shaco's boxes is you can place them right next to each other to chain the fear radiuses together, and this will create a longer fear, and it's also called a chain fear, such as this. As I said before, as you keep on pushing, remember to place Jack in the Boxes in the bushes to watch out for ganks. You also need to keep in mind that Jack in the Boxes do not last as long as normal sight wards do, so the first ones that I placed at our tri-bush right here have expired. Shaco can solo dragon as early as level 6. All you need is your ultimate and Wriggle's Lantern. To do this, first, ult, and then attack the dragon and send your clone behind it. Tank the dragon for a little bit. Wait until you're at half health, and then you will deceive in place to switch the aggro to your clone. By doing this, you'll be able to take full advantage of your clone's maximum duration of 18 seconds. As you see, now dragon's very low, and you'll smite whenever it is in range of smiting. There you go, as a level 7 dragon. When you're playing Shaco, and if you're doing well early game, then make sure you pick up an Oracle's Elixir so you can clear out wards. Happy ward hunting! As for runes and masteries, I take flat attack damage marks, 2 armor penetration quintessences, 1 health quintessence, flat armor seals, and magic resist per level glyphs. The reasoning behind this is the glyphs allow me to survive bursty casters late game. The health quintessence will keep me a little bit at higher health in the jungle with added survivability. The armor penetration and the flat attack damage will allow me to kill low armor targets in the lane or in the jungle, and the armor seals are a necessity for any jungler. For masteries, I go for 2109. The reasoning behind this is since I already have the armor seals and health quintessence, I will not be needing any defensive stats. In offense, I go straight down the attack damage side, making sure to take lethality. This scales with my deceive. In utility, I go for runic affinity to keep a hold of my buffs longer, and swiftness to help me traverse the map for long periods of time.